Hello and welcome to the show. The Honda Odyssey has come to Forza 7 and this has annoyed many people. I am not one of them. You see, well no, you would not normally associate this car with motorsport, with a race circuit in any way. There is a certain joy that comes from building and racing weird and wonderful cars, and thanks to the power of, well, Forza and games like this that include these oddballs, cars that you wouldn't expect, you get to go racing with stuff that you, well, perhaps never would, and you certainly would never see in real life. Now, of course, the only way to find out if a car deserves to be in a motorsport game is to, well, do some motorsport with it. So, we have got a field of Odysseys to go racing at the Hockenheim Short Circuit. Now, this track is one of the best tracks for racing. Certainly this style of car, these sort of lower class cars, Hockenheim Short, never really disappoints in terms of crazy action. We're not going to go up the inside of the green car. Maybe we get the exit here. Immediately, the diff is terrible. I will say that much. Again, I mean, it's probably not been designed considering motorsport applications, shall we say. The diff is very open. One tyre fires are the order of the day. We're almost going 4 wide already. It's 4 wide in people carriers. Oh bugger, oh bugger. Don't go around the outside here. This is a silly place to be. Okay, we've made it. We had a little bit of a bop towards the outside gravel trap, but we have made it. Now hug the inside at the hairpin. Shall we try and make it 3 wide on the exit? Well, one's on the grass, so that's okay. We might actually get another place. Yep, it's fine. It's fine. Minivan racing is a resounding success, judging from lap 1. No. We're going to get a million miles of understeer out here. I'm going to have to leave space because I think there's going to be cars coming up the inside. Oh, don't go on the sand. Don't go on the sand. Things will be bad if we go on the sand. It's fine. Please don't go up the inside of turn 1, because turn 1's a real nightmare to do 2 wide. I think we're clear. How long is the Odyssey? No, we're not clear. We're going to have to give some space there. Oh, we did fall back into line. Uh-oh, there's a purple Odyssey as well on its way. Oh, I might be very late on the brakes. Oh no, I actually got braking quite right there. Purple Odyssey is going to get past the green car. We've got a train of Hondas. I mean, it's, as far as vehicles go to drive, I mean, it's not exactly the sportiest or the best handling in existence. It's got more go about it than I might have expected. I mean, we're up to almost 100 miles an hour down this back straight. That's not the longest of straights. It could be worse. You know, it could be a lot worse. Christ, they go 3 wide behind us. It may well become a 3 wide battle for the lead. I imagine Blazer will shuffle that one over to the inside. Yeah, it doesn't go the most defensive I've ever seen somebody go, but Ninetales doesn't really fancy. If you do have to take that really tight line, you lose so much momentum. At that hairpin, it is easier to hold off a car around the outside if you force someone really narrow through there. Can we get a good run out of this final corner? The problem is, even if we do, which we have done... Oh, no, don't do the dirt. No, I'm going to get a good run, but there's going to be nowhere to go. Follow. Who do we want to follow through turn 1? Who do we think is going to have the best run? Which are going to make a mess of everything, I think is what we're going to do here. Oh, that's a lot of Odyssey. It's a lot of car. It's a lot of car all side by side, and there's nowhere to go. I've just got a line of metal ahead, and I can't do anything. I might try and sneak up the inside. I've snuck too far up the inside. It's not worked. No! Go, Honda! Get some power. I mean, at least the engine is still working. And, oh, that's a lot of cars behind. Oh, that's a really angry packet. Look at all of that. Okay, let's not let that lot catch up. The good news is that they're fighting each other about as hard as we are fighting each other up here. So we've got kind of a 100-foot gap, and, well, a couple of 100-foot gap, actually. And they are going to fight and really slow each other down if they're going 2 and 3 wide. Although they have now organised. If they get organised, they will probably catch us up pretty quickly. But, well, a bunch of racers trying to get organised and not fight each other for every position. No, don't be silly. Even when we are in Odysseys, even when we are in strange cars, everybody is still going to fight for every single position here. We're going to try and get this good run out of the final corner again. We have got a mega run once more. It's going to, guess what situation we're going to be in? It's the I can't have anywhere to go situation. Oh, bugger. We're going to kind of just take it easy. I'm going to turn to actually really see where we were turning in there. Is it going to be through? No, okay. The white car was a little bit further ahead through there. So even if we do get a good run, I'm trying to give Ninetales space on that outside. He is still there. I think I might have got that move done. Okay. We're up into a second place. We're up into a second place. We've got a couple of laps to go. The big angry pack of cars is still, I think, safely behind. There might be a change of fourth place, but I think they are still further back. Oh, got to be a bit mindful. I mean, this is not a light car. I think this is well over £4,000. It's, well, it's not anything ever intended for sporty use, really, is it? I've got that corner all wrong, so I made an unintentional roadblock on my way through that corner because I wasn't quite carrying speed in the right place. Unfortunately, now I'm in the position where I am having to try and defend and having to try and attack, and I think Blazer might be able to, well, run away a little bit. We need to get organised back here and not, well, I say that, I should maybe would have been better off waiting to, well, I say waiting, get purple past Blazer if I could follow through and then we fight for the lead. Potentially would have been a sensible thing to do, but again, there are positions on offering. We've actually managed to make a little bit of a gap. Okay, we are good to go hunting for the race victory here. I might have jumped that corner a little bit. My bad. My bad, I'll let off the throttle so as not to have gained an advantage from doing that. Problem is, I think that's the first lap I've actually had to turn in that corner when I could see where I was going and I had free reign of braking zone and wasn't swallowed by an ocean of metal. And then you've got to kind of learn everything different again. Like lap after lap, you're just learning different stuff. And I got it wrong. I got it wrong fairly big time through there. Oh, I've got the brakes very well here, though. Brakes are good. Well, I mean, I don't think the brakes are outstanding on this. My braking positioning was good there. We've pulled away from the car behind. We've closed on the car ahead. The massive, ludicrous battle going on behind has subsided slightly, as they often do. In fact, judging by the mini-map, I'm going to hazard a guess somebody got in trouble and took a few cars back with them. There is distinctly three kind of groups forming here. Throwing the Odyssey around a lot. There's a lot of body roll. Let's be honest here. There's quite a lot of body roll. We're in third gear probably, and then third gear for that final corner. Fourth wouldn't quite work. We've got a lap. We have got a lap here to try and find a way past for the lead. Everybody's pushed it too hard. We've pushed it too hard in different ways this time around. Where are we going to get a place? Not here. We're not close enough. Now, we've got the run onto the back stretch. Can we? I mean, I'm good in this. I've been good under braking into this next corner all race. Can we look for a way past here? It's going to be difficult. Try and make him go wide, duck underneath. No, he's covered that inside beautifully. Little bit of a nudge. Unfortunately, that's helped him get out of that corner far better. That corner again. I was at the wrong point in the slightly wrong point in the power band, and I got some. Oh, I think there's going to be a dive bomb as well from the car behind. I'm going to, I think, fend him off. I'll get the run on the exit, but that might have cost me any... I could see it coming in the rearview mirror, and I didn't want to have to go ultra defensive because any chance of catching the leader then wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to take the normal enough line. Oh, the lead is very, very wide there. That's not where you want to go. Oh, if only we hadn't fought each other so much per second. No. Oh, he ballsed up the final corner, but he got away with it. Was I the only one of the 21s? No, Sheep was as well. Olipega was much faster, of course. That was good fun. Turns out, you go racing with Honda Odysseys. Similarly skilled, good track for overtaking. Much fun can be had. So, when you race the Odyssey as it comes, standard, you can have surprising amounts of fun. As you can probably hear from this one is no longer standard. No, you see there is the option to put the Charger Hellcat engine into this, or Challenger Hellcat engine. You can have a Hellcat-powered Honda Odyssey. That means 1,040 horsepower when fully modified, and more specifically, still front-wheel drive. Yes, this car that we have got here is fully upgraded with the 1,000 horsepower supercharged V8, racing tyres, a roll cage, weight reduction, while still keeping it front-wheel drive. Of course, the sensible thing would not to be run 1,000 horsepower through your front-wheel drive minivan, but when was FailRace ever known for doing the sensible thing? Oh, we're going to explore some scenery here at Mugello. Mugello is also a fairly mean circuit for this. Not only is there a nice long straight, just to show off how truly absurdly fast this car is, but there's a lot of medium speed corners where you have got to be unbelievably careful with the throttle. As you can imagine, it bursts into wheel spin, you get a million miles of understeer. It's not very easy to drive, but with race brakes, it's actually not that bad at slowing down. Again, I expected this to be absurd. We haven't had 1,000 horsepower front-wheel drive car since the Nissan Juke on Horizon 2 got a Nissan GTR engine, and that could get 1,000 horsepower on that game. I don't think the GTR engine can anymore. Yeah, 1,000 horsepower through the front wheels is not, really something that should work. There is an advantage, of course, to this, in that, as you saw up there, if cars get tangled together, you're in a front-wheel drive, you don't get spun round. You can boot it and save it. That being said, there was a big mess in the final corner, and someone didn't quite have enough room to boot it and save it, but you can do. And now, are you ready for, once we've eventually got traction, there will be some traction at some point here. Oh, I've turned up to 7th too soon. God damn it. Here comes the speed. It just doesn't stop. This is a Honda Odyssey, remember. 170. We change over to 8th at 180 miles an hour. This will crack 200. No issue whatsoever. That's not stopping. Okay, I might have asked a little bit too much. Where's Blazer? You can have that position back. I didn't mean to use you as a leaning post. It was slightly into the thing is, it'll do 180. It's still got 3,000 and a fair bit pounds. I can't remember the weight because I got focused on the 1,000 horsepower engine bit in the front wheel. It's stupid. It's stupid, and I love that it is allowed to be stupid. Of all the engine swaps, why the Hellcat engine, I don't know, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Like, there is a Turbo Rally engine if you want to put that in it, which is a sensible swap, I guess. But yeah, you can put a Hellcat engine in your front-wheel drive Odyssey. It's just perfect. It's perfect silliness. Perfect FailRace approved silliness. This is the sort of modifications that we need in a game like Forza. Not everybody will care or use it, and that's fair enough, but I like that there is the option if you want to. If you want a 1,000 horsepower minivan, you can have it, because there's no other game that's going to let you do this, basically. Oh god, I've got fast cars behind me. But there's a big group, a very big train of cars further back. The top three are kind of in a line. A white and orange car has got a little bit explory. I got a nudge, but it didn't really matter. Thankfully, we were going slow enough that it didn't really matter. There's a lot of short shifting going on here, trying to find somewhere where we can get some power down, whether it be 5th, whether it be 6th. I mean, the controller is near enough just constantly buzzing away as you do this. You're constantly having something buzz, something vibrate. You've got almost constant wheel spin trying to get out of a corner. Even when you're being, I mean, you can see on the throttle trace, yeah, I'm being aggressive with the car. I'm trying to race the damn thing. But even in 6th and 7th gear here, the Honda will run the risk of spinning the wheels. It's just an unbelievably mad contraption. Are we gonna? Okay, you're gonna have a dive up the inside. You know what? Oh, go for it. I've run very wide. Oh, I've got another car coming up the inside. They're not going to make it. I'll try to judge my braking on this. Oh, Christ, I've got it curbed. Apparently you hit that curb. I don't know if we've got the splitter or something. We have got Forza Aero on the car. I don't know if we've got the splitter caught on it. Yeah, I didn't get quite my braking, so I think I'm so used to this car just constantly vibrating, like trying to find the right braking point. Of course, I run with ABS off. In fact, I imagine pretty much everybody in this lobby is running with all assists turned off here. But I forced off traction control so no one can try and be a cheaty bugger with the car. Actually, not explored there either, which is helpful. But yeah, pretty much everybody will be running no assists of any kind. And when I've got the controller sort of constantly vibrating, when I'm trying to find that point of the with the brakes in a car that we did a test race before doing this, and that was it. It's easy to apply a little too smaller a brake pressure, and you're ending up not slowing down at an optimum rate, which is what I managed to do into turn 1. I can't decide whether that car was going to have a look. He backed out of it. Probably a wise thing to do, because that's a difficult place to get an overtake done. I'm now making very wide Honda, and this doesn't really help us. The more we end up fighting one another, more the cars ahead are going to get away. Second and third are side by side heading down this back stretch. Or are we going to be set up here for an epic final lap showdown for the podium spots? I do not know. I've got my Odyssey up on 2 wheels. Got my Odyssey understeering as well. That's not what we wanted to be doing. They're still at it side by side there. They're still side by side. I think I'm going to understeer wide, and I think Hordes will dive up the inside and get us here. Try as I might. I fended off for as long as I possibly could until my skill gave up. The skill ran out with this car. We'll follow in some slipstream. Not that we need too much. Not so ridiculous. It is just so ridiculous. Oh, there's been some kerfuffles. Everybody's binned it at the first corner. Sneaky, sneaky, carefully does it. Yes! Sneaky, sneaky, carefully does it was the way to go. This race is only 4 laps long. And already I would not want to drive 20 minutes, certainly not 20 laps around Mugello in this car. The throttle control, it's just a generally awkward thing, as you could imagine, to get around, a circuit. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't go over here. No, bad Honda. Bad Honda Hellcat. Odyssey Hellcat, I guess it would be? I don't know. I think they should sell one. I mean, again, this is my sort of engineering. Silly engine in silly cars. Oh, no, 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 curb, get off that. I think there's a Hellcat engine in a Prius somewhere. So, this is sort of a similar level of engineering ideas, shall we say. I think it's going to be a 4th place here, I'm afraid. I'm not quite quick enough to catch those cars ahead, and I've made little mistakes. We've got a couple more positions on this final lap. The maddest of Honda Odysseys ever to have existed. For 1,000 horsepower in front-wheel drive vehicle, for 1,000 horsepower going through these front wheels, it could be more uncontrollable. I mean, not much, but it could potentially be more uncontrollable. And we will dive down into the final corner. That is a real workout for your throttle control and a real workout for your tyres as well. Still, yeah, 6th gear is still going to spin the wheels. The middle it is a little bit because it goes across some crests and some bumps. What a mad vehicle. I'm very glad that it exists. But what a mad vehicle. Well, there we go. You certainly can have a lot of fun going racing with the Odyssey. From standard, as you can imagine, a field of closely matched drivers in equal cars is a lot of fun. It's a bit wobbly, the diff's a bit terrible, however the racing is excellent, and I love the fact that you can put a Hellcat engine in it. I love that you can do ridiculous things with this vehicle. I have heard since kind of filming the racing part of this, these can actually be quite fast in B class. I don't know about other classes and so on, but they can actually be surprisingly good cars in various classes as well, which always makes for some interestingness. Definitely. I think that is the best word to sum up to sum up the Odyssey. That though is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.